This is T Street Controversy, T Street Controversy Live. You know, I don't know what's going on with the guy, and I'm talking about James Kirkland, 32-1 with 28 knockouts. And what I'm saying is, it seems like every time he starts to get some buzz behind his name, something happens. Well, today, September the 23rd, 2014, we found out that he didn't sign his contract for his upcoming bout that was supposed to be with Gabriel Rosado, 21-8 with 13 KOs. Now, that fight was supposed to take place on November the 8th, 2014, Boardwalk Hall, Atlantic City, on the undercard of Hopkins versus Kovalev. And I'm actually going to that event. So now, I'm thinking to myself, well, he's fought 6 times in 2011, meaning James Kirkland. His name has been mentioned with so many different big name 154-pounder and 160-pound fighters. And then you see a guy like Gabriel Rosado come along, and it's like, well, why not fight him? It's a big fight and a meaningful fight for both fighters, mainly because if Gabriel Rosado get that win, it's like you just beat James Kirkland. That sends him back up there to heavyweight contention again. Whereas in James Kirkland, great comeback fight, especially the fact that you only fought once in 2012, once in 2013, and you haven't fought it at all in 2014. So I'm thinking to myself, well, what reason would he have not to sign the contract? I alluded to in a previous video that maybe he's got some problems outside of the ring. And you know, you just have to think about Ann Wolf and think like she's got a fucking beautiful talent right there. But if he's a head case, you know, it's like, damn, like you're squandering away, you know, your prime. Because he can beat a lot of guys, but he's just not active enough. You know, so when I think about the fact that he fought 6 times in 2011, and you know, you can't pop out a fight a year now, and then when a good fight, a big fight comes along, a fight where people was like, oh shit, I'm going to buy the tickets for that. Nowhere to be found. For example, he fought on the undercard of Guillermo Rigondeaux and Joseph Abecco. He fought Glenn Tappy, if I'm correct. And that was the most exciting fight of the night. After that fight was over and Rigondeaux came out, people started walking out. So I'm thinking he had some marketability, but once again, he's just not active enough. So now I'm thinking, well, when does he come back? And what's going on? Is he going to give an interview or what? Now they're saying now it's going to be Carlos Abreu versus somebody else, you know, but it doesn't have that same fire as Gabe Rosado. And you look at Gabe Rosado, he's got, if you think about it, he's got nice options out there. He's always a good fight. Don't let those 8 losses fool you, because he's one of those fighters that even in the loss, he gets better over time. You always see an improvement. For example, he beat the dog shit out of Brian Vera, and Brian Vera, you know, fought, you know, Chavez, you know, at basically 175 and then at 168. So you got Rosado, who's the BKB middleweight champion. He could fall back on that, which is just the smartest thing I think a boxer can do. So he has that promotion right there, that growing unique promotion right there in BKB, and he can box, in you know, for WBO, WBC, WBA, IBF, IBO titles, you know, things like that. So if you don't know, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I run a boxing forum. I'm working with Real Combat Media. All your interviews are right below. If I'm correct, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. This should be a James Kirkland interview. But you got to click on the site. It's right below, Real Combat Media. And then I have a boxing forum. I have over 100, if not more, of the current and former world champions, amateurs, promoters. You know, if you want to network, even if you don't like me, just send a friend request. You know, I got to screen you because everything's blocked. You don't see nothing, but it's very active. And I got a toothache, that's why I'm lisping a little bit. T Street Controversy. Please subscribe. T Street Controversy Live.